the Enlightenment Chasers. Royalties of Peace. We are still in the storms, back to peace that has no storm, while holding on to perfect peace. Watching the news and understanding what our world is struggling with politically. Must I testify? Politics is spirituality. This is our 21st episode of the Golden Age Commandment. By Mavis Free Lefang. It is March 4th of 2025. And so far, since the inauguration of His Excellency President Donald Trump, there have been approaches concerning the conflict going on between Russia and Ukraine. And to my understanding, it is no different than what we experience in Cameroon between the French and the English section, the Francophone and the Anglophone, expressing the same tragedy that is going on in our world. And I'm beginning to realize that this is going back to us being male and female. When His Excellency President Donald Trump emphasized that we should seize the LGBTQ enabling to the outside world and focus on male and female. And I said it is only to indicate that the cry of the child has been heard. Now let father and mother take care of the problem. After trying to understand the history of Ukraine and Russia to where they are today, these are part of us. So far, all over the world, politically, we have three branches: the military, the missionary, and the matrimonial. What makes the people is the matrimonial, the binding together of a man and a woman, that union that brings forth a biological seed called a child that grows up into an adult, which we are, of increase in number. And the nurturing body over us, the missionary, like the Democratic Party. And at the top, we have the military, the defense and security of our borders, of our world. That is the Republic, the light on the hill that shineth and protects the people, the governing power of these three bodies: the matrimonial, the missionary, and the military. To my understanding, Ukraine set to part from Russia by the European governing body in general. Unfortunately, Europe is not just a country but a continent of many countries. So they can never be in accord. There must always be some disruptions among themselves. It's hard for them to be one like the United States of America can be, being just a country in America and a multicultural one. Ukraine is being forced to part from Russia by by the other European countries because they fear what Russia can do if Russia keeps Ukraine and their nuclear power. And Europe has this group, this body of NATO, which they want to enforce to stand against Russia to free Ukraine, to appease Ukraine. But we understand that the United States of America, of present administration, are in support of Russia, which really worries the European. And so there is disruption going on there. And it's obvious that, to take it simply, Ukraine has more of the economical resources and more fashion wealth. And Russia stands like the light over Ukraine. Ukraine was, first of all, under Russia. And before they think they have parted, but they haven't parted. It's almost the same thing with what is happening in Cameroon. The English section trying to part from the French will only be a never happening, even if they claim and have a nation, it will never still be of what they want it to be. Ambazonia will never really be what it wants itself to be because it has always been with the other part, the French side. Now, Russia wants to part. At first, I thought it surely maybe because it is rich and it wants to make its own nation and be on its own. But I'm beginning to realize that the other European countries are involved and are forcing Russia are forcing Ukraine to part from Russia because they are scared that President Putin, His Excellency President Putin, may have um, a, 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 a complicated mind towards power and very known for dictatorship. But the question is why? Why is he one that should be of dictatorship? Why is he a dictator? Not him alone, but others. There are other presidents, but he is very, very significant because he is white, European. When it comes to white, it is very, very always concerning because their strategy of doing things can be very expatiated all over the world, can affect the whole world. But why is His Excellency President Putin in this place of being a dictator? When we look at the world, it all comes back to matrimonial, the woman. What are women doing when we multiply? When we have a child is a seed. It's the breaking of a higher realm. It's the breaking of a higher realm. We are warring. We are against the higher realm. We are at war with another realm. And when we break down that realm, We are reducing the realm and trying to increase our own. And that is affecting the purpose of enlightenment, which our forefathers have been trying to establish. When women get pregnant, it's like capturing a soldier from the realm that we do not see. And this is exactly what is being expressed unto us in the physical so we can comprehend because they realize that it is out of ignorance. But how much can ignorance cause harm if it's not corrected? How much will our illiteracy affect the higher realm if it's not treated? We must solve illiteracy with literacy, which is why we have school. And they're really trying to be very nice with us because they understand that we are ignorant. Now, Russia is more sensitive among the white European. Russia is very more sensitive. The others are a little bit more milder. UK, France, the surrounding European countries. It happens that Russia is very more sensitive and is pushed up higher, just like how the United States of America is pushed up higher all over the world and being more sensitive. And we can always see that when the Republican steps up, that's when we can really see what the United States of America is really going through. When a Democratic president is up, we just have a time to think and work on things. If we do not work fast and the next Republican president takes over, we struggle with a lot of um, pointing fingers here and there and problems being exposed and all that. So when we have the chance, the grace periods, we should try to use them effectively. And at this time, we can still be working while fingers are being pointed. Now, Russia being at the top, the more we don't listen or follow the script or follow what is being taught in school or follow what is being given to us of knowledge, we only push one up that will be a weapon upon ourselves by the unseen realm. The one that is able to feel the pain will be pulled up and they will be against us. We will fight each other. We will fight ourselves. It's very, very sad how it's been played, but what can the above do if we're not able to teach each other or help each other reach the place of intelligence, of understanding? It's and all of this weaponizing activities going on in missiles and all that. It's just like playing a game. When the real thing is really what happens on the matrimonial bed. When we go so scared and really outrageous without understanding that that's exactly what it is like when we are on the bed and the outside realm watches us on a matrimonial bed trying to make a baby. That is exactly how it feels like. And they don't have to keep on naming these figures of speech for us because it really bruises, it really hurts us, the physical beings. We have to be able to already translate this physical expression into the plain language for all to comprehend in schools, especially the young ones. It's very sad how things are being approached and how it is going. We don't want a third world war. We do not really want a third world war. It's like a joke. Sometimes I feel like it feels like a joke, but it's not a joke. It's really real. If we don't take this thing serious, we'll be shocked until when we'll be feeling pain, being shot, and all that going on. We want to be able to help the young ones, and exactly what just happened in Cameroon, it's not a joke. This is real. Watching at it is like, oh please, they should. It's like I could just stop them, but I tell you the truth, it is really real. Our soldiers, our presidents, our leaders are going through a lot of things that we, the people, don't really experience it until when it is hitting on us. We need to really understand what is going on. And this is the Women History Month. United States of America. This is the Women History Month. We, being the United States of America, we are the light of the multicultural world. We have to be able to really understand what war and a woman is. War and women against heaven. War and women against enlightenment perfect. If you don't believe in heaven, at least you believe in enlightenment perfect. If you don't believe in heaven, at least you believe in the enlightenment perfect, which we must reach. Integrity is the end goal. When we look at the human development of Sir Erickson and psychology, it testifies that integrity is the last of our expectation. This journey should end with integrity for all, not just one. European won Ukraine to win, but is Ukraine really ready to win? Because how they will want to win is what really matters. The strategy that they have to use to win. Russia does not want to win. Russia does not want to destroy. But the question now is, if you want to win Ukraine, how do you want to win? You have to win by letting your women understand what it is required of keeping the economy. It's time to reduce and stop burden. Sometimes you may think it's the larger number of burden that can affect some people. It takes just a drop to get some people drunk than a whole cup of alcohol. Some people just get drunk just by the smell of it. You may say, but Africa has so many birth rate and don't have really any trouble about it. The sensitivity of our whites helps us to understand what is really the expected level of our trouble today. Being black could be a tolerance, yet we have an alarm that can help us indicate where the problem is and start solving it even before we start feeling it. We need not feel the problem before we solve it. If the alarm can tell us, we need to start working on it. And if the white people are our alarms, why not be able to work? Do we, the blacks, want to join the whites and war like we did in World War II? That will be sad. We, the blacks, are those with the knowledge to be able to sit and look, and we have the solution, and they have the alarm. We, the blacks, have the solution, and the whites have the alarm. And if they're able to bring out the alarm, we should be able to enable the solution. It is just what it is. One cannot play, but the two, white and black, must play this game. There's a reason why there's always been all about black and white, white and black, slave, slave. Even the whites are slaves, mental slaves. Theirs is even worse because of their skin. And we cannot really tell because we are black what they feel more than this physical that we are experiencing. Having knowledge and seeing someone in ignorance can be very, very detrimental to self. Instead of us to really understand how we want to work this thing out, your queen is only painting what the blacks should be working on. Blacks having all the good soil and the whites having not. It's only an expression of exactly what it is here of the Ukraine and the Russia. We don't want the whites to take over the world and destroy the world. So, what is that to us? We must reach enlightenment perfect of ascending, no more descending. Help the young ones to cease from multiplying, from breaking into the higher realms in the name of multiplying ignorantly, trying to make our descendants when we are leaving the world does not make any sense. It's time to reach that understanding. We can't be playing around it. We can't be playing around it. It's very sad how we are trying to play around it. And President Trump is really right saying that Ukraine is trying to play around it. When he told the president that it's not only telling the Ukraine, it's telling Africa. My, like it is very serious. Try not to address Africa directly with respect. Must we be able to really see what's going on and really assist with the right solution? Europeans now want to be able to take care of their war issues without the United States of America, which is a good thing. But if they're only enabling the right thing to be done, because if they start a war of the ridiculous weapons, then the world is in trouble. That will be the beginning of Third World War. This is Women History Month. It goes to the matrimonial beds, and the women are the captain of the bed. It's time for the men to please humble themselves, for the women to appease the world. We need equality. When women are standing for equality of of gender, it's all about talking about the matrimonial bed, which prevents women from being the expected at workplaces. We're not trying to ridicule our children, but to train them to be better than us. For those that are already here or already in the womb are respected and must be given their glory. And so, no matter how much rich you are in this world, it is never satisfying, because seeing someone else lower than you is not a satisfying sight. It's also a battlefield in the mind. Let peace still the storm, I plead. Understanding what is going on with Russia and Ukraine is so much enough message to the world to begin to resonate with women to reach expected. Peace stills the storm, back to peace that has no storm, looking on to perfect peace. Dictatorship comes with sensitivity. No one wants to be a dictator. It only takes being pushed to the wall. The sensitivity of the above will look for someone to enable the alarm through. And we cannot hurt our own, but understand what is playing. His Excellency President Putin is really in trouble. We need to stand for him and heal him. Let us stand behind President Trump of expected and heal our world. Ukraine and Russia becoming one will be a good thing, but the weapons must cease, and it takes the women to cease this figure of speech of using mass weapons to express what is going on spiritually between the making of babies, the capturing of spirits back into slavery of the body. Ash